hodie, ego sum bene, mihi nomen est magistra Velia, et hic est eco Achilles. So what have you heard about Leda and the Swan? We just finished talking about the judgment of Paris and how this young naive prince is going to end up with Helen of Troy. How do we get to Helen of Troy in the first place? There was this beautiful queen named Leda, and she was married to Tyndareus, king of Sparta. Now this beautiful statue is by a French artist, Michel Anguier, from the 1600s. You can find it at the Met Fifth Avenue in Gallery 549. The one on the left, the one of Leda and the Swan. The other one I don't have an author information on. It's just a Spartan warrior. Leda was a beautiful queen, a woman of high position, being married to King Tyndareus, and of course, being so pretty, she easily attracts the view of Zeus. She's out walking along a little pond one day, and she sees this beautiful swan swooping down. And you can imagine Leda looking and thinking or saying, "Subito in caelo ingenzabus cygnis volans apparuit." So subito, suddenly, and ingens albus cygnus, a huge white swan, volans, flying, apparuit in caelo, appeared in the sky. From this, of course, we find that Leda also, spent the night with her husband after Zeus left. And we have a whole bunch of different mangled up stories throughout ancient tradition. One of them, and my favorite, is that Leda then had, of course, 4 babies. She laid one big swan egg, and then she had 2 human babies. In the egg were Pollux and Helen, and live-born babies were Castor and Clytemnestra. There are a couple of sources from ancient mythology. Homer tells us that when Odysseus went to the underworld, he saw Leda, the mother of Helen, and he'd heard the stories about her producing babies from the egg and live babies. So we have Pollux and Helen, Clytemnestra and Castor. Makes a lot of sense that Helen would be the most beautiful woman in the world. She was born to Zeus and a beautiful Spartan queen, and at the same time Zeus had taken the form of one of the most beautiful creatures in the world to create her. And it makes sense that she would end up with Paris, a very handsome, young, naive prince of Troy. So today's story isn't the most juicy, but it is an important one because it does explain a lot about Helen's character as being the most beautiful woman in the world and why she was so prized. She does marry Menelaus, explains part of his problem during the Trojan War when we almost didn't make it to the Trojan War. Without Helen, his position as king of Sparta was on very shaky ground. So he was pretty incensed about losing her. And then, of course, Agamemnon is married to Clytemnestra. So it's just an interesting tangled web that all plays out during and after the Trojan War. So if you want to hear more about the Trojan War and other myths, like and subscribe, hit the bell, and remember to check out the Flash Latin lesson associated with this story. Check out the website as well, where you can pick up some free resources and other resources for Latin education. Gratias tibiago et vale.